Hey everybody, welcome back to Synergy and Strength. Today I'm just going to do a quick, day of eating, how I stay in a calorie deficit, how I get 200 plus grams of protein, what the meals are, how they're broken down, the macros of each, when I eat them, kind of why I have the foods I have. It's just some extra tips also to kind of make it your own. And so let's get into it. All right, guys, let's get into the food here. Apologies for the lighting. Hopefully that'll be fixed in the next video. But I wanted to get into each of the meals that I have eaten consistently to get under 200 pounds, specifically 185, up from 300. So this is basically a typical day of eating. So we got breakfast here, and I'll open these in a second. We got breakfast here. This is gonna be lunch. It's gonna be a post-workout, and this is gonna be a dinner. So I usually work out anywhere between 1 and 3 p.m. So my post-workout meal is kind of like mid-afternoon, which is why you see a lot of guys, they just use a protein shake. I don't think that's absolutely necessary. You don't need to have a whey protein shake if you don't want to. I usually try to get all my protein from Whole Foods. So this is what I got. All right, so this is my breakfast. Okay, this is going to be, it's anywhere between 3.5 to 4 ounces of ham steak. I usually just buy this cold from the grocery store, cut it up. Then this is, I buy blocks of reduced fat sharp cheddar. I just cut the block up to give me about 64 to 66 grams, depending on how the specific weight of the block of reduced fat cheddar cheese. Then these are 2 hard-boiled eggs. And then anywhere between 150 to 200 grams of cantaloupe or honeydew. And then I usually also have one of these Oikos 000 Greek yogurts. If you guys haven't tried these are amazing. These have better macros than regular yogurt. I don't think it has them on here. I think it has them in the, the cardboard it comes in. But this comes out to about 90 calories for about 15 grams of protein, as you can see here. For those of you who have tried plain Greek yogurt, this tastes nothing like plain Greek yogurt. This actually tastes closer to regular yogurt. So I would highly recommend these. And yeah, and I'll put the totals of each of these meals in the description below. And then I'll kind of go over the numbers for the whole day in a second. But yeah, this turns out to be about 70 grams of protein. I think a little over 600 calories. So that's breakfast. Eat this about 8:30. Try to push it to 9. I like to kind of have my meals a little bit later in the day. It's just a mental thing where I know I can, if I have more food later in the day, it just makes the day easier to get through. Okay, now this is lunch. So this is about 9 ounces of ground beef. I use the 96% lean. That has the best macros. And these are just gold potatoes. I cut these up. I season them with some salt, pepper, and paprika. Put them on a big baking sheet. It doesn't take long at all. And then with these, you can eat this by itself, but I usually like to season it with some Famous Dave's steak and burger seasoning. To me, that's all you need for any kind of beef. But you can use whatever seasonings you want. I usually top this with some pickles or onions. Well, pickles and onions, maybe some jalapenos and some mustard to create kind of a burger bowl. And this I eat around anywhere between 12 and 12:30. Sometimes I'll stretch it till 1. But yeah, that's usually what I eat for lunch. This one has, I think, about 60 grams of protein. So again, another meal high in protein. And I believe this is around, I think it's a little less than 500 calories. So it's pretty, you get a lot of protein for the calories. All right, now this is my post-workout meal. Like I mentioned, I usually work out anywhere between 1 and 3 p.m. So this post-workout I'll have that anywhere between like maybe 2, 4 at the very latest, but more likely 2 and 3:30. And so this is kind of a new creation I've come up with. It's a tuna pasta salad. It's just solid albacore tuna. These are some medium pasta shells. You don't need to use protein pasta. Regular pasta is fine. I throw in some green peas and some red onions for color and a little crunch. Now, typically what these pasta salads have as the dressing is very heavy on the mayo, which of course presents some problems for us macro-wise and calorie-wise. So what I do, since I meal prep this, all my meals, I end up using about 112 grams of mayonnaise, but split over 7 days, that comes out to, not much mayonnaise at all. Now the other part of this is plain Greek yogurt, not the flavored Greek yogurt you saw earlier in the video, but just a plain Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt by itself, pretty terrible, but the macros are good. Now the key to cooking food with plain Greek yogurt, a popular health swap for mayonnaise or sour cream. Now the key to swapping that successfully though is to make sure you season it very well. And when I mean very well, if you think it's a lot of seasoning in Greek yogurt, you need to put more. So I used about 800 grams of this Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Again, that's spread over 7 meals. So it's not like you're having a whole bunch of Greek yogurt in one meal. You're not even gonna taste it, I promise you that, as long as you season it well. Personally, for this tuna pasta salad, I used garlic powder, salt, and quite a bit of lemon pepper. You could use fresh juice from a fresh lemon. I just had lemon pepper on hand, so that's why I used it. You can put some dill in here. That's kind of a popular seasoning for seafood. But this has, I think it has over 50 grams of protein in here between the tuna, some in the pasta, and the Greek yogurt. Again, I'll put the macros here. I'll put all the macros for all the meals in the description. But this, as you can see, this is actually kind of a lot. This is actually a lot of food. So this is a lot of volume of food, which helps. Me personally, when it's later in the day, like I said, around 3 o'clock or so, it helps to kind of keep me full for a little bit until dinner time. So that's post-workout. All right, now this brings us to dinner time. What this is just 99% lean ground turkey with some white rice. This actually is one of the more customizable meals. So because the ground turkey is a pretty neutral flavor, honestly guys, with 99% lean ground turkey, you don't get that real, like a huge turkey flavor. I've tried 93% ground turkey, and that has more of a turkey flavor that you would expect like at a Thanksgiving dinner. This 99% lean ground turkey actually tastes quite a lot like chicken. If you didn't know this is ground turkey and you fed it to somebody may not be able to tell the difference on this. So this is about 9 ounces of ground turkey. This is about 145 gram serving. Now the 45 grams is of uncooked rice, which comes out to a little bit more in volume when you cook it, obviously. Now, like I said, this is one of the more customizable meals. Personally, the last couple weeks, I've been using this with buffalo sauce. Now, don't knock it. It is really good. I put about, 75 grams of the buffalo sauce that I use from my local grocer. It's not many calories at all. But you can mix it up. I've also used A1 steak sauce with this, which is very good, as well as honey mustard. That kind of blends the savory and the sweet. So you can experiment. I've actually done barbecue sauces too. Just whatever sauce you use, make sure it doesn't have a lot of added sugar to it, because that's going to give you, that's going to kind of raise your blood sugar a little bit, and also it's going to add more calories. But yeah, feel free to experiment with the sauces. Now this right here has 86 grams of protein. Just this by itself, which is a ton. So if you've been kind of doing the math in your head, you probably realize that this is way more than 200 grams. I think this is over 250 total. Again, the amounts will be in the description. This is dinner. Okay, so yeah, that was just basically a day of eating. Like I said, all the amounts are gonna be in the description below. Just wanted to put out this real quick video since a couple of you had expressed some interest in what I had been eating. Hope you find this helpful. If you wouldn't mind, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.